My name's Eric Jesperson, my wife Rebecca and I are heads of social transformation at a church called Emmaus Road. We're based in Woking in Surrey. We've lived here for over 25 years and have sort of really embedded ourselves in this community. Woking as a town is quite mixed. There's a lot of wealth around, but there's also real pockets of deprivation. And over time, we've sort of realized that there are different types of poverty, people needing food and clothing, and we've wanted to try and respond to that. But we also have seen locally a poverty of relationships, people isolated and very lonely, and then a poverty of spirit, people who just are longing for a connection with a God that they don't yet know. So the Lighthouse is a center where we have a whole range of projects. Things like a food bank, we have a clothing bank, we do toys and essential equipment for children. We have a Ukrainian refugee hub, debt advice and cooking classes, training, but also then those things that address more identity and isolation, community meals, mental health workshops. We have about 25 projects now. It's grown very organically. We started with just the one and it's kind of grown into what we hope is quite a holistic response of supporting those in need in our community. We're very aware that we just have one context, and this is our place, and we've been here for years and years committed to this place. And part of that is because change takes time, but we do understand the fruitfulness of the kingdom of God, that there is this sense of like it's a revolution happening, this restorative revolution starts to just gain momentum. We see that like spilling out in different ways. Local businesses come to us and saying, we want to be part of this. A local school has for about 10 years now just built a growing relationship with us, and it's more than just them doing a bit of charitable work. It's become formational for their students. It's part of the culture of the school. And we love that. It's part of the revolution. And then we work very closely with school link workers and frontline workers in the community, health visitors and the like, who identify those in need, and then they'll refer them into us. One of the things that has really driven us is just the idea of what does it look like for a community to be filled with the rich and fulfilling life that Jesus talks about in John chapter 10. And yes, of course, we jump to things like thriving churches and thriving faith, but maybe thriving economies, thriving school, thriving ecology, thriving arts, that our whole community rises and becomes filled with the life that is God. And so for us, it's been really important to see our work not as one church doing a few good things, but as our kind of commitment to a whole community. We want to reach out and collaborate and saying, what's our shared vision for the thriving of this community? Let's work together. And what we found over the years in approaching it that way is just a really vibrant local network that has crossed all sorts of divides. It's really surprised us, and it's been a really beautiful thing to see life returning to parts of our community that have really struggled. For us as a church, it's simply become who we are. It's part of our worship. To belong to our church means that we are part of transforming our community. It literally started with a few people putting a few items out on a table, and that might be all that we're asked to do. But when we see it as being part of a wider revolution, we can trust God with that. We're always looking to encourage people to get to know their context, and then just say, Father, what are you asking me to do? Show me what you're already doing, and how can I get involved? I'm convinced that the church is this incredible agency for transformation in the world. If in every community there is that light of transformation, that agency of transformation, we can really see change. We can create a better story in our time and for our communities, change the narrative and bring hope, breathe life into that.